I never imagined our evening would unravel like that. There we were, curled up in the comfort of our softly lit living room, the familiar rhythm of our lives, lulling us into what I had thought was peaceful routine. I was sipping on my favorite tea, legs tucked under a blanket, while my husband sat beside me, idly scrolling through his phone. 5 years of marriage had brought us laughter, stability, and the kind of quiet intimacy that made silence feel full. But lately, even I had started to notice the lull, like a favorite song that had played one too many times. That's when he looked up at me. That look, not fear, not guilt, but something else. Something electric, curious, even a little scared. "I've been thinking," he said, setting his phone aside. His voice was steady, but there was tension beneath the surface. "About what?" I asked. He hesitated, only for a second, then took a deep breath. "I want us to try something new, something outside of our comfort zone." I blinked. "Okay, that's vague." He reached for my hand. "I know. Just hear me out." And I did. I listened as he explained, slowly, cautiously, his idea. Not reckless, not immoral, just unexpected. A shift in how we saw our marriage, a chance to open ourselves to a new kind of experience, the kind of idea that lived on the edge of convention, the kind that made you question everything you thought you understood about love. My tea grew cold in my hands. "You're serious?" He nodded. "I wouldn't have brought it up if I wasn't." It wasn't just the idea that stunned me. It was the fact that it came from him, the most measured, deliberate person I knew. And it wasn't about boredom or dissatisfaction, he insisted. It was about growth, about pushing the limits of our comfort before they turned into a cage. "I just want us to really live," he said, "not drift." That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, his words looping endlessly in my mind. Was our life really drifting? Had I mistaken routine for happiness? But there was more. A phone call, a name I didn't recognize flashing on his screen. His reaction wasn't guilt. It was calm. Too calm. "It's not what you think," he said. "Then tell me," I replied, pulse quickening. He hesitated. "I was going to, but not like this." I waited, my breath shallow. "I wasn't the only one who thought this could be good for us," he finally admitted. My stomach turned. "You talked to someone about us?" His eyes dropped for a moment. I needed perspective, to know if what I was feeling was valid. "And you couldn't come to me with that first?" "She's someone from work. Her name is Rachel." The name meant nothing to me, and yet everything. "She's done this before," he said. "She helped me see that it wasn't about replacing what we have. It's about evolving." I felt something crack inside. "So instead of figuring this out with me, you found someone else to guide you? About our marriage?" "I never crossed a line," he insisted. "I swear." But a line had been crossed. Not physically, emotionally, and that's the one that matters most when it comes to trust. The days that followed were a blur of silence and shallow conversations. I went through the motions of our life, work, errands, dinners, but I felt like a shadow of myself. The part of me that believed we were untouchable had been shaken loose. Then one evening, I sat across from him again. Same couch, same light, same man, but everything was different. "Tell me," I said, "what happens if I say yes?" He paused, watching me carefully. "Then everything changes." It was a promise and a warning in one. And in that moment, I realized he had already taken a step I hadn't. He had already envisioned a different version of us, with different rules. I was still on the edge, staring into the unknown. But I was tired of waiting. tired of pretending. His phone buzzed again. I didn't need to ask who it was. You should answer it, I said quietly. No, he replied, but his hand twitched toward it. I stood. I think I already have my answer. His expression shifted. Shock. Regret. Wait. I love you, I said. But I can't be in a marriage where I have to convince you that I'm enough. It was the hardest thing I'd ever said. But it was also the most honest. He didn't chase me. He just sat there, silent, as I walked toward the door. And then, just as my hand touched the knob, his voice cracked through the air behind me. I was wrong, he said. I don't want this if it means losing you. I paused, back still turned. Then prove it. I left him there with the weight of his choices and the silence of a phone that had rung one too many times. Maybe one day we'd find our way back. Maybe not. But for now, I knew what I had to do. I had to choose me.